Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Pearl. In the last part, it was the first part, so we started the game, we pressed start at the main menu, yada yada yada. I picked Mudkip and then we battled May, and now we also caught Gummy, so I now have 2 Pokemon, which is pretty cool. Since the last part, I was going to level up Gummy a lot more than I actually ended up doing, but because I was kind of recorded this in one big chunk, I kind of got a bit bored of just leveling up Gummy. So I leveled it up to level 4, thought that was a decent amount, and thought that with these trainers in this route I would be okay and that Gummy would just level up by itself. So one thing I want to mention, if you haven't watched any of my Pokemon Let's Plays before, as you can see here, I like to fast forward unimportant kind of boring battles. I didn't actually do any in the last part, they were all kind of battles I wanted to show, but yeah, with these normal trainer battles they kind of get a bit boring, and you watch other Pokemon LPs and they kind of struggle with things to say during the battle. So yeah, I kind of like to fast forward these, so you because I want to battle all the trainers. I usually try and battle them all because the XP is just really useful to get, and seeming how I'm trying to level up Gummy here, it's really useful, especially at the beginning, to defeat all the trainers in any route. So yeah, and they kind of have the same Pokemon. There's actually a really nice range of Pokemon at the beginning. I'm sure the main reason for that is because we're playing the Emerald version, but again, it's just another reason why you wouldn't play Sapphire or Ruby. Why wouldn't you just go straight to Emerald if it's better in every way? So yeah, Gummy kind of got a bit weak, and I guess I could have just used a potion. I mean, I got one from my PC, if you remember. Someone for some reason put it in there, so yeah, I guess I could have just healed Gummy, but then that would have taken forever to actually use Gummy. So instead I'm doing the classic old trick that everyone should know, because the game actually tells you read it on signs and stuff like that, that you put in your first Pokemon, and then you switch out for a stronger one, and then the XP gets split between the 2 Pokemon, or however many Pokemon were out fighting the Pokemon that you end up killing. So yeah, I got pretty injured during those 2 battles, so I thought I'd better be safe than sorry. Went to the Pokemon Center. I don't think I mentioned this in the last part. I will normally cut out Pokemon Center visits, mainly because they're all the same. There's actually people you can talk to and be like, hey, what's up? So what illness has your Pokemon got? Mine fainted in battle because I'm brave. But yeah, there are people you can talk to, but generally not much going on with anyone in there. So, and yeah, I kind of got a bit confused because I thought, yeah, I talked to that person, and then as soon as I moved, a Poochyena shows up. So yeah, I will try and cut out wild Pokemon as well. Although actually, when I record, because it's now on a Game Boy Advance emulator, I can now just press spacebar, which is kind of really handy. So you're going to see it where instead of just cutting it out, I will just speed through the wild Pokemon battle, or I won't fight it, I'll just speed and then run off. So pretty cool. So here's a Zigzagoon. There's a great range of Pokemon that you can catch in this first area. So really, you can have any sort of Pokemon you like, really. I mean, there's already Gummy or Whirlpool, and then there's Zigzagoon, there's Poochyena. I think you can catch Talon in this area. I'm not sure about specific routes, but I've definitely seen one, like in the future anyway. We will definitely see one in a route, so that's just, there we go, there's Pokemon. That's your standard flying type, in every generation there's a standard flying type, so it's like, in the first one it was Pidgey, and then I think the second one I would say it's Pidgey as well. Although you can catch Hoothoots in that game, which is, I never really got into Hoothoots. People really seem to like them and really like Noctowl, but I never really thought much of them. I mean, they're good, but I never really used one. So here we are, we found berries, and let me assure you, this isn't going to be like Pearl, where it takes forever to pick them. Well, it does take forever to pick these berries, but I've decided I never use berries. Why do I bother picking berries? So this time, these are the only berries I'm ever going to pick, and that's the last time that I'm ever going to, pick berries or plant berries or do anything to do with berries, because I never use them, they're pretty decent, they're a really cool idea, and I'm definitely glad it's in there, but I always just use a potion or something like that, or I just go heal, It just makes a lot more sense. So yeah, no more berries, I'm afraid. So yeah, the Kips is actually out in front, which I don't think I actually meant to do that. Unless Gummy died. Did Gummy die? I think Gummy died. Gummy might have died. Going out, you learns Poison Sting, and with most bug Pokemon, their original or their first evolution is kind of terrible. It's just a bit meh, you don't really know. They're a bit useless. Although I still think Caterpie is badass. That's a badass Pokemon. I really like Caterpie. So we've made it to the first city, Petalburg City. Kinda cool. Well, I don't think... Yeah, this is our first city. I mean, we already had Old Dale and all that, so... First thing we do in any city is head straight to the gym. But of course, you can't do this gym because it's your father, your dad's there. So you're just popping in for a little surprise visit. To see your dad. To see if he's proud of you or not. Probably not. I mean, you only got 2 Pokemon so far, but you know. So while we're in the gym, this rude man, Wally, is gonna burst in. Again, this is kind of like... This game really does show the philosophy they kind of changed in the Pokemon world about how it's all about friendship. I mean, that friendship thing was always there, but now they're actually doing it with people, you know? I mean, I guess the anime had it more about being friends with your Pokemon and being good chums, but now with this one, there's no rivals in a real way, which is kind of disappointing. I don't really have anything against May, you know, I think the rivals are still alright in this one. But yeah, you have Wally, this guy, and then you have May, the woman. So it's like, and you meet them at random points in your adventure to just battle them. But yeah, I kind of preferred Gary and the robber. I think Silver is his name. Yeah, they were just a lot better rivals. I mean, they really did kind of drop the ball after the second generation in terms of rivals, you know. We all know about Owl and his adventurous ways. God, I hate that guy. So yeah, just when you think you're out of the blue and you're clear and that you're not going to have to see someone catch a Pokemon so you know how to do it, even though you probably should have already caught a Pokemon by the time you got to this city, the game stops you, takes your hand and says, come on, no, you don't know how to do it, you're stupid, you need to see this, you need to see Wally catch a Pokemon, come on, look how good he is, you can be that good one day too. Just, oh, we've done this, we know. And it's a Ralts as well. I don't think you can even catch one in this patch of grass. I think this is like a set thing, so he always is going to catch a Ralts, so one day you're going to battle this same Ralts and kick its ass. I'm going to kick its ass twice as much because it made me watch it be caught. Well, I guess it's more Wally fault though. There's no physical violence in this game, so I'll have to settle for beating up his Pokemon. So yeah, that's how you catch the Pokemon, in case you're wondering. I was considering taking that out, but it is a part of the game, and you know, it's just part of the tutorials. I just left it in, you know, so you knew who Wally was. So it didn't just show up like, hey, remember me? It's Wally, and everyone else goes, what? Who is this guy? So yeah, it turns out I haven't mentioned this yet, but you've probably read it on screen or know it already, that your dad's actually in this game, which is kind of cool. And another cool kind of turn is that they made him a gym leader, so yeah, one day you're gonna have to return here and battle him, which is kind of good. Well, just as you're trying to leave this cool dude with sunglasses, that's how you know he's cool. Although actually, I think sunglasses is a pretty solid choice to wear in this region, the Hoenn region, where it's always sunny all the time. I think there is actually some rain in later routes and things like that, but yeah, it's always sunny all the time, so sunglasses aren't that ridiculous to wear 24/7. Because unfortunately, something weird about this game, the second generation introduced day and night, which was kind of a really cool feature. I didn't really like it that much, mainly because like when I used to play at night a lot. Well, actually, when I first had the second generation, I used to play during the day, but now I play at night a lot, which is a problem I had with Pokemon Pearl because it was always night. But whatever. But yeah, there's no day or night; it's just day. I really don't know why. And there's no other like. Okay, the other Game Boy Advance Pokemon games are Fire Red and Leaf Green, which didn't have day or night anyway. But yeah, it's kind of weird that they cut it out. I don't know if it was a graphics issue or they would have had to like tone down the graphics and make it look worse to make the effect work, but I really don't know. It seems weird. So here's another Pokemon, Seedot. Don't really have any much to say about it. I think it's grass type. I don't know. Is it grass type? Yeah, it is, because Poison Sting's super effective. Poison Sting is a really really good move to have at this point, especially for Gummy, who's level 6 and isn't that great. And I've been actually really lucky with the poisons. I don't know exactly what the rate is that a Pokemon is poisoned due to Poison Sting, but yeah, I seem to poison most Pokemon I hit with Poison Sting, which is really awesome. It really helps me out. But what's this? Gummy is evolving! Fantastic! Our first evolution of the Let's Play. So of course it's all very mysterious and all very nice effects, and then for some reason it keeps flashing in and out between the two forms rather than slowly transform. And here we go, our Gummy has now evolved into a Cascoon, which if you're a smart person, or if you've already played this game and know a lot about it, you'll know that Gummy will evolve into 1 or 2 Pokemon depending on, like, it's pretty much random, but I think it depends on its like Pokemon ID or something along those lines. But yeah, Whirlpool will turn into 1 or 2 Pokemon. A Cascoon, like you just saw my Pokemon evolve into, or a Silcoon, which means that you can get 2 different Pokemon from the same Pokemon, which is kind of cool. You know, it's nice. It's a good way of mixing up the bug Pokemon, you know. I kind of really like it, but yeah, I had no idea which way it was going to go, so that's half the reason I caught or I now have Gummy, because I just thought, hey, this would be interesting just to see which one I got. And then yeah, if you already know about this game, you'll know which one Cascoon evolves into and which one Silcoon evolves into, but let's just say I got the one I wanted. But I'll talk a bit more about that once it actually does evolve again. Because of course it evolves at level 7, and then again at level 10, because it's a bug Pokemon, so pretty cool. So this is going to be the last battle for the part. Sorry that is kind of a short part, but it was a good time to end it off, you know. So as Gummy, now that Gummy's evolved, it's slightly better. It's still not great. I mean, it can take hits better, and now knows Harden, which is kind of a good attack. It does come in useful later, so. But yeah, I'm going to defeat this woman for her love. And her money. And yeah, I've been Honest123, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.